The DevOps trend has become very popular and has helped companies create a more agile and deliver software with more speed and more quality. And security traditionally is not part of that, was not part of that, and security checks usually happen after the fact. So after the product is ready, there would be a security review and some tools would be executed. Running this tests at the end of the cycle is too late, right? It's very costly if changes needed to be done. It delays the release of the product. So the idea is to apply the same practices that were good for companies in the DevOps framework using security as well. So applying the security checks as early as possible in the development pipeline will make problems appear earlier and make them cheaper to fix, and also increase the confidence that the product is secure and can be released to the end users. Yeah. When you're performing these security checks, security validations, or audits, either manually or supervised by a person, you have a bottleneck, which is the amount of human resources you have. When you automate these processes and bring them to the build pipeline, to the DevOps lifecycle, then you free up these human resources. They are now capable of working on other areas, or working on fixing the security problems, or working on security validations that cannot yet be automated, and maybe working on automating them or making perform the validations themselves. So when you introduce DevSecOps, you remove the human bottleneck of this equation, and then you can scale these tests, scale this validation a lot more, because they are automated and they can be executed automatic during the pipeline. So I believe it works. It increases the scalability of your development team, let's say, or for your security checks and validations. It will not, I can't think of a way it would help in the scalability of the software itself, so how the software can scale, but of the build pipeline, of the software development lifecycle. I think it helps scaling the amount of changes that you can release to end users. So I think that's the main benefit with scalability. DevSecOps can be used to automate the regulatory compliance. So you can run the tools that validate that your product is compliant with regulation during the normal validation of your product. So let's say a developer makes a change to the product, commits it to your repository, and your normal build and test pipeline runs. If your tool that checks for regulatory compliance runs at the same time as these validations, your developers will know that if the build passes, then the software is compliant. So you have a constant feedback loop telling developers if the software is compliant or not. And if it's not compliant, they can fix it immediately. They do not have to wait for the software to be handed off to another team for this validation, and then come back to the development team to fix the issues. So DevSecOps helps on reducing the time it takes for these problems to be found and fix it.